Welcome back. STX Nifty is a bit higher today. Start should be good because we have decent global cues. Also on Friday, in the second half, there was some kind of pullback. So the market has taken some kind of support somewhere around that 10,650 mark. Nishil Maheshwari is with us, CEO of Institutional Equities and Advisory at Centrum Broking. Nishil, hi, good morning. Thanks a lot for joining us. Let's discuss some big stocks first. Your thoughts on how to approach Yes Bank now, because it looked like perhaps the worst was over and the stock was ready to move on. Do you stick to that view?
Morning, Anuj. I do agree. Basically, I think yes. I don't know what's going to be really to make out of the notice which has come on the Friday, but I do believe fundamentally the stock seems to be in a good position. Now, if we all, if the nil divergence report is true and right from RBI, I think then it should. Then there is a good time to actually keep on accumulating the stock.
Okay, well, that point is taken. Nishchal, more generally, how are you going to look at NBFCs? I mean, we hear that this is a news report which we have not independently confirmed that private equity investors are buying a stake in DHFL. We've heard this, the Anil Ambani Group also coming to a kind of an agreement with lenders. Do you think the NBFC pain will stop at some point, or there is only going to be a temporary stop and selling will resume?
So, what you are referring to, Lata, is more promoter stake actually, and do not have a very strong view on that. But what I see here is that the NBFCs for the next 2 or 3 quarters, clearly their liquidity situation is still very tight. I do not see that easing off in a hurry, because this is not about liquidity alone. This is more of a crisis of whether you want to give of confidence rather. So I think that confidence coming back, that nothing is wrong in the sector, it will take a bit more time. So I do not think that these NBFCs are going to just run away or in a short time frame.
Okay. Nishchal, hi, good morning, and thanks for being with us on the channel. I wanted your thoughts on how to approach a stock like Tech Mahindra now. I mean, it's already gained 10% in a year, which has been really challenging so far. And now there's news of an impending buyback. Would you continue to support such IT names?
Yes, I think we would be overweight on IT given that what the market conditions are. And Tech Mahindra is one of our top picks out there. And given that this is the first time Tech Mahindra is coming with a buyback, that gives you the confidence that the management is also showing. Though it's not very large on cash, I think if I remember it right, it's around 6,000 crores of cash which they have. So I think still this is a good bet, a good move which the management is making. And we have a buy on Tech Mahindra with a target price of 880.
Okay. We just got some news from Biocon that their Bangalore facility, one of them has got a clean chit, the other one has, the other unit has only 2 observations. Do you track the stock closely? I mean, how are you placed?
So we do not cover the stock at the moment, okay. But we have, I track the stock, so we can chat about that.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Biocon is a stock you like?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I also wanted your views on Dr. Reddys. There is a bit of a relief coming in with the US FDA giving a clean chit for its Duvada plant, although Bachupalli is still in trouble. Is that a stock that you can start, fishing in troubled waters, as it were?
I think so, basically, given that the stock is already corrected quite a bit and we are seeing some signs of recovery out there. Now, what we have to really look at it, Lata, in a longer term is basically these US FDA issues will keep on coming, because now all their facilities are getting checked every year. So I think some problems will keep on coming up till they take it up to the levels of the US FDA norms. But on a broader sense, I think there is a recovery in the domestic market. We have seen this current quarter, basically most of them have shown around 8 to 10% kind of a growth. So I think domestic seems to be doing okay. On the international front also, prices are more or less stable in the US market. So I think these two things are started showing up in the pharma sector. So I think this is a good price to accumulate, Dr. Reddys.
Okay, good price to accumulate, Dr. Reddys. Nishchal, from the auto space, there's a comeback, a bit of a comeback, I mean, if you'd want to call it that, in some of these two-wheeler names. So Bajaj Auto, Eicher Motors, etc., have risen about 10% this month. What's your pick of the pack there, and would you advise investors to buy any of these names now?
So our top pick there is Hero Honda, and we were just looking back, and I think the stocks have recently moved up quite a bit, around 7-8%. But I think most of them were available at around 5.5-6 times EV to EBITDA, and I think those are the same kind of valuation you get for a commodity. So even today, most of the people for Tata Steel, they are giving a 5.5 times kind of EV to EBITDA, and definitely given Hero Honda or Bajaj Auto for that matter, I think they deserve a better multiple than that. Okay. And that's why we were positive on the whole space. Hero Honda is a top pick.
Okay. Nishchal, what about the corporate banks? When the year started, the consensus buy was on ICICI Bank, and that seems to have, lost its mojo quite a bit. On the other hand, there's Axis, which has been a big gainer up until that Suti stake sale. Your thoughts on these two big names?
So preference is Axis over ICICI. I think the last quarter, the management commentary from both the sides gave a lot more confidence to people as far as Axis is concerned. Similarly, we also believe the same thing. I think there is a lot more confidence as far as Axis is concerned. And that's why you are seeing this kind of valuation differential. But I think at these prices, especially Axis, and with this 5,000 crore sale which has happened, and still Suti has started off, and there is another, if I remember it right, 7-8% more. So I think that seems to be a big overhang as far as Axis is concerned. So I think maybe in the short term you would prefer a trade where you would be biased towards ICICI now.
Okay, we leave it at that. Nishchal, pleasure having you with us this morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a good trading week.